The human being was made to question his reality. Here is provided a forum that evades and rejects the mainstream media, where ideas and topics of interest outside of the norm are free to flourish and grow in the strangeness and with objectivity that is their right. Join us now for a discussion from somewhere between the real and the imagined, between outer and inner space, where things just odd enough to be the truth have a place to live, breathe, and make their home. Recorded live from the jagged edge of reality. This is JAG Radio.
That's right. It is that time again. You know where the fuck you're at. You're at the place on the Super Audio Network where guys get together to talk about guy things. Oh, but we're not talking monster truck rallies or supermodels or insert stereotypical guy thing. Oh no! We are talking about discipline and how you can use your own discipline to better your life. I am Alex Martinelli here with JD Marcel, George Antonio, and engineer Dre Day All Day. What's going on, everyone?
What's going on, everybody? Hello.
What's up, people out there?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for joining us once again here on the JAG Radio program. Just a reminder, everybody, tell a friend about these podcasts. We don't charge anybody anything to listen to them, to consume them in any way. All we ask is that you let a buddy know, let a family member know, let everybody know so that they can share in the magnificence that is this insane little project we have going on.
Yes.
To see how much taste you have.
That's right.
I also want to add something. Today we're broadcasting on Sunday, but we usually go on Saturdays just thanks to scheduling difficulties and whatnot. We had to do it today. But usually Saturday, we broadcast live on Facebook at usually around 6:30. So come check us out. Tell your friends. JAG Radio.
That's right. For all of us who have consistently followed us, I know it's been a bit of a pain. We hop around a lot in terms of time. Please bear with us.
You can blame me. Go ahead, guys.
We think it's Dre's fault, but we were all trying to be nice and not say anything about it. But we think we found a permanent home. 6 p.m. Saturday nights. We get here at 6. I think we got going at 6:30.
It's like 6:30, yeah.
Right.
Broadcasting live.
6:30 p.m. But at 6:30 a.m., Mr. George Antonio, I hear you're doing some exercise. What's going on with that?
Oh.
6:30 p.m.?
Oh, getting pumped. Huh, puppy?
AM, bro. AM. Well, it's funny, this morning, I want... What's that? Okay. It was kind of funny, I've been trying to... not trying. Trying's a bad word, dude. You don't say try, goddammit.
You've been doing.
I've been doing.
Do or do not.
Yeah.
So I've been getting up 6 a.m. and to going out for a jog, right? So what I like, I find that right when I'm cracking my eyes open, not my ass or anything else, just my eyes, right?
Man.
So I'm cracking open my eyes. There's this inner conflict that if anybody else in the internet world, understands this, and you guys can ring in, obviously, but there's this inner conflict that says, no, you should stay comfortable in your blankets.
Yeah.
You're fine. You don't want to go out in the cold.
Yeah.
You don't know what's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Stay here where it's secure and warm.
Mm-hmm.
And then part of you is like, but the deeper end of you, the deeper resounding, healthy voice goes, nah, man, you need to fucking, move your body.
Stop
right?
being a little
you
bitch.
You need to move your body, and it's good for you. And not only that, but then memories come back of how good you feel when you finished working out, right? Not during the process that much, but afterwards you feel like a euphoric high, and yet you feel like a sustenance in your body. You feel like you're grounded. You feel energetic. You feel alert. Right?
Yeah. No, absolutely, man. And it's that I find is true in so many aspects of life. Meaning, look, people talk a lot of crap about my not showering. But what I do, and it's
I
not
was just trying to be nice.
That's
but-
why he's sitting in the end of the studio, if you know what I'm
right. Yeah, it's having to get my own sort of separation, hyperdemic chamber.
Is that what we always turn on the fan when he gets here?
Why does it smell like ass?
Alex, you smell great to me. It's all right.
Yeah, I know, buddy. No, but look, the fact is, I don't really smell. It's funny. I don't. You know, it's funny. You know, I don't. If you ask former lovers, it's like they've told me that their girlfriends will be like, "Well, Alex doesn't shower," and then they'll be like, "Well, Alex doesn't smell."
I vouch for him.
You know, right? Yeah, it's right. And,
So after sex, you guys, you can vouch for that? Is
You
that what
don't
you're saying?
shower after sex?
No, well, that I will leave unanswered. No, but what I do is I don't just roll out of bed and get on with the day. I get in the shower. I just don't use soap. But what I do is I turn the water as cold as it'll go and just sort of get wet. And I feel like, listen, in the cartoonishly cold weather we've had in Southern California this winter, it was a difficult thing to do. But you do it anyway. Why? Because I seriously feel like, look, if you're rolling out of bed and you're lethargic and somebody drops a metaphorical ice bucket on your head, not for ALS, just for your own self,
Yeah.
it wakes you right the fuck up. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's the same thing. And it's funny. It's a way of starting the day off with a challenge that you then meet.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because you don't want to go in there. I'm having weird flashbacks and post-traumatic reactions when I get in the shower because I know the ice water is coming, but you fucking do it anyway.
Yeah.
And I feel like the more you train that muscle of I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway,
Yeah.
the stronger it gets and the more you're able to call upon it in life out in the wild where you need it, whether it be in the squat rack when you've done 19 sets of a weight you're only used to doing 10 on, and you think to yourself, son of a bitch, I can't do anymore. That muscle, that training kicks in and says, oh yes you can.
Yeah.
I know it's a bitch. Get through it.
Right.
Get fucking through it. And it's really something that I hope I can pass down to my children. And I feel, and we're afraid in terms of the greater zeitgeist, especially regarding millennials and the newer generation, we're afraid it's something we may be losing that kids may not have. See what I'm saying?
Just that drive, right? Like
Yeah.
Just to continue something that's they know is going to be difficult to do, but yeah, they just don't have the energy or the feel to want to do it.
But why the hell would you want to feel pain? Because
Because it's a good kind of pain.
Well, think
Right.
about it. This morning, that the conflict that I've had in the morning, right? Those two voices that, obviously I think that everybody experiences before they go do a workout or whatever the hell they're doing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
And the thing is, it's usually the stuff worth doing where you have that.
Yeah.
Nothing worth doing is easy.
I was
Very
thinking about it. It's like, okay, what's that little voice that's saying, "Hey, don't do this"? What is it trying to do for me? It's trying to prevent pain, right? It's trying to prevent pain.
That's right.
By keeping comfortable in under the blankets or whatever. So it's actually protecting you to a certain degree,
Right.
but limiting you, right, to certain aspects.
Well, it thinks it's protecting you. In other words, look, because human beings are wired for the Havana, the African savannah. In our anthropological past, there was no need to get up and go for a jog because jogging was the way you found food. Meaning,
Or stayed alive.
yeah, right, exactly. Meaning,
Right.
If I am a member of a hunter-gatherer tribe, that antelope isn't going to stand still and, help me catch it. It's going to run away the second it hears weird rustling in the bushes. So, it is to my benefit to be in good cardiovascular shape so that I can run that bitch down, shoot him a couple times with my spear, me and my hunting buddies, and then have the strength to carry him back to the camp.
Yep.
Right?
And this
So,
is after being out there all day.
Right.
On the hunt.
But the difference is now we don't live in a society where you need to do that. So there's a part of you that wakes up that, in fact, we live, I would argue, in something that's virtually the opposite, meaning now we have to tell people, hey, work out or you're going to get fat and sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? As opposed, and so, you know what I mean?
Whoa, JD, is something surfacing, dude? What's going on, man?
Just all the fat boy jokes from my
Had
childhood.
the donut before coming in.
Hey, fat ass. Hey, fat bastard. That was around the time, junior high, I think.
Didn't we have this conversation a while back ago in the early days of JAG Radio where we're talking about zombie apocalypse?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you were going to sacrifice yourself for the best of the group?
Not on purpose. I was just caught in the fucking window, and the zombies got avenge me.
As they nibble on your toes.
Yeah.
They'll be busy for days, guys. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, you know, in other words, you're a lot more motivated to work out if being in good shape is a life or death matter. But because it isn't, our natural tendency is, hey man, there's no saber tooth following you, and why would you want to go outside? It's cold out there. It is now your duty to push past that.
Right.
To push past the thing that wants to keep you safe and warm and gay.
And isn't that funny how now in society, modern society, right, we are trying to artificially reproduce the things that we did as part of our, life, back in the Havana days, quote unquote, where, you had to run, keep
George
fit.
just quoted himself.
I air quoted myself, everybody. It's like you have to now, because we're all sitting behind computers and fucking eating big meals 3 times a day or whatever. Now we have to recreate. We have to recreate the running after the antelope or whatever on a fucking machine that spins a belt, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And you know what? In a sense, it kind of is a life or death matter. Obviously, if you get too out of shape, you run risks physically. You can die of a heart attack or whatever. You get clogged arteries or whatever. So you do kind of have to stay as in shape as possible, but it's not as crucial to stay in shape today.
Right, but the greater point is
Yeah, you picked that. Nice.
the greater point is it's great radio etiquette on my part. When you are in bed, you're not thinking, and you just woke up, and you're not thinking long term. You're thinking what feels good right now.
Right.
And if it's 36 degrees out, or -3 degrees for some of you across the country, like it was this winter, there is no saber tooth chasing you and forcing you to run.
Right.
You are forced to make that decision.
You're forced to recreate it, right? It's to a certain degree.
Yes, but Jay is saying that it is a life or death matter in the long term, but when you're in bed and warm, you're not thinking long term.
Yeah,
you're thinking what
you're
feels good right now.
Yeah.
And the fucked up part is, the worst part is, it's never, the little voice always wants to stay in bed.
Yeah. No.
It keeps you in the corner, yeah.
I have this struggle going to the gym. Obviously.
What?
No way.
No, come on.
But yeah, no, I mean, when I first got my gym membership, I was excited about it, and all right, cool, and I was going like 4 times a week, and I've cut that down to like twice.
I remember you telling me that.
Twice a week, and it's usually, now with this new job too, I'm working long hours, extra hours and whatnot, and so I get home and I'm so fucking tired, and the little voice is telling me, dude, just fucking stay. It's cool, man. You'll go tomorrow. And then it's a repeat, and it's really easy to get off track like that.
Absolutely, man. And and he's there every day, that little demon bastard.
Yeah, that
he never
motherfucker.
goes away. He never learns his lesson.
But you know what? There's a conflict, right? So deep down inside, there is a voice that tries to keep you healthy, right? Because you wouldn't have a conflict if that was the dominant, right?
Right.
So there is a little voice inside of us that's maybe a little more maybe more recessive, maybe more subtle, that is cool if you don't go and jog, but it's saying, hey, dude, you should probably consider this, right? It's probably good for you.
Right.
Did you check the scale? Come on.
Can you see me in here?
Here's a funny question. Talking about all that gym shit, and I was contemplating that the other day, matter of fact, and I was like, serendipitous that we're just talking about it right now. But I was thinking, the managers, the marketing people at these gym memberships or these gyms, they fucking know that probably 80% of all their members never show up.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, yeah, I think that's very,
Just
very
human
true.
behavior, right?
Well, and they're also just as greedy as anybody. I mean, they'll take your money regardless. They'll sell you all these weird, packages for whatever that you're
Yeah.
never going to
And here's another thing I noticed. I saw this dude this morning. He was walking. He was this fucking. I went to Home Depot today in Texas, and it was next to a gym. And I saw this gorilla-looking guy. Right, he started walking, big old fucking stiff, fucking bodybuilder dude. Right.
Like,
Okay.
And I was
yoked
thinking,
out.
you know what? That's fucking great. You can like lift a truck and shit. but I go, but if he stops doing that for 6 months, he's just gonna be back to his flabby self. Right.
Yeah.
So you have to keep that going. Right?
Absolutely. No,
You have to.
absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing is any long-term disciplined activity that you do regularly eventually becomes enjoyable.
Eventually.
Yeah, no, and it takes a long time, and you
It does.
do learn to love it. You do learn. It becomes part of who you are, and this is a little unrelated, but I suppose somewhat related. The guys who are that buff, I always think to myself, what's the end game there?
Yeah, right.
And I think a lot of it is really just like bad self-image. I mean, in other words, if your goal is I'm gonna get buff and get pussy, I mean, I guess I see the logic, except for, look at Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
He's on a yacht. He's fat as shit and has a beard, and he's on a yacht partying with Victoria's Secret models. Look at Johnny Depp. He's just a skinny guy who wears eyeliner and weird hats. And it's like, it's a sort of a weird, and it's an insane amount of discipline. And I admire that part of it, but I think for a lot of those guys, it comes from some weird, like, I'm not happy with myself.
Want to be the alpha male, the dominant, right?
I think
gorilla,
that's-
the gorilla.
I
thing?
noticed that when I go to the gym, everybody's always fucking like looking in the mirror and like flexing and whatnot. Yeah. Everybody wants to be the fucking dominant male in the gym.
Same.
Everybody is. I feel like everybody at the gym is there and saying to themselves, yeah, if I have to, I could kick that guy's ass. I could kick that. I'm gonna show him how much I could fucking lift. Blah blah. blah.
I've asked some girls. Actually, I've asked this question to a lot of girls, and they're like, you know what? I don't like the bodybuilder type. I mean, I like this fit guy, the slender fit guy,
Right.
right? Not the bodybuilder guy.
Yeah. It's
Now
too much.
some do like the bodybuilder guy, right? Whatever. I
Right.
mean, but the majority like just a fit guy, or not even fit at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, okay. This is where guys get it wrong in terms of attraction. Unless you're gay. If you're gay, you better look good. You better be good looking. You better have
True,
fashion.
man.
You better have all that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you're a straight guy dealing with straight women, you're better off working on your career, developing some sort of personality, having something going for you. In other words, if you're trying to get laid, if the question is what's a better investment in terms of getting sex for a guy, a degree plan in civil engineering or a gym membership, I would say the civil engineering path will get you more ladies because of the success it'll bring into your life. Keep the gym membership for yourself and for your health. But, see, here's the thing. Here's the mistake that guys make. They think, I like attractive women, therefore, physically attractive women. Therefore, they must like attractive men. Whereas when you ask the ladies, the way that a guy looks, although, they may be into it, and there are some ladies where that's their main thing, fine. For most women, it's maybe number 3 or 4 on the list. You know what I mean? Below charisma, below, maybe he's got cool stuff, a cool car, maybe he's funny, or end up, most of all, maybe he's successful.
I've heard being humorous is a big deal, man. It's a really, really big deal.
Yeah, me pussy.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you exactly when that works. See, a lot of comedians, I've heard comedians say, yeah, being funny never got me laid. If you're funny, if your thing is funny, the way you want to use that is if you're, say, at a party or any social gathering, be the guy who's making the group laugh.
Right.
Because then you become the guy where all the attention is on you, and you become the leader of the pack in a sense.
Right.
You're not having to exert dominance or any of that over anybody. What you are doing is, it's the same principle behind why rock stars and celebrities are so attractive to women. It's that this is a guy like Leo DiCaprio, who, or Anthony Kiedis or whoever it may be. This is a guy who has the attention of everybody in the arena. And if I'm a 20-year-old girl, 19-year-old girl, 22-year-old girl, I want a piece of that.
Because you've then become an asset that's uncommon, right? You've become a unique asset. So when there's a limitation, there's a scarcity involved.
Right.
Mentality wise, you have to go after it because it's scarce.
There may be a little bit of that, but think more. I mean, subconsciously, it's holy crap, that guy's loaded, right? I will never have to worry about money, my kids eating, me eating, if I can link up with that guy. And also, there's a thing in women that's very sort of primitively rooted, which is women look for the guy with the highest social value. In other words, the guy that all the other ladies want. Man, if I could get him. There's value in that for women. Whereas for guys, look, you don't care if the chick you have a crush on works the drive-thru at Jack in the Box. If she's cute, you don't give a fuck, you're into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's where, thinking that way, that's where the gym guys go wrong. They think, I like hot, she must like hot. If I'm going to get laid, I need to get hot. Hence the obsession with weight training and protein and how much do you lift, bro.
Yeah, but man, sometimes it's just too much. Like, the whole bodybuilder thing. Like, you're right. What is the limit to that? Like, where do you get to the point where you're like, okay, I'm good right here? And I don't think it's ever enough. Like,
no, it's a body image issue, because then they start, most likely to start taking steroids because they're not big enough.
And that just fucks you up in the long run, right? Even worse.
Yeah, it screws up your hormones. You get tiny testicles and shit. It's funny.
I shouldn't have taken those steroids.
God damn it!
You become WWF World Champion.
Shit.
Your tidy whities just don't fit the right.
No, it's funny.
They're a little loose.
Engineer Dre chimed in.
Loosey whiteys.
Engineer Dre chimed in with the WWE stuff. I think. Didn't The Rock say that he had like severe body image issues at one point? Yeah, that's what started him on the Odyssey to just become a fucking incredible specimen.
He's a fucking beast, man.
Yeah,
his grandfather too. His grandfather was a
grandfather.
Both of them. His grandfather and his father were both wrestlers, famous wrestlers.
No shit, I didn't know that, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
It just runs in his fucking family, man. It's part of him. It's in his blood to be a fucking wrestler.
And
a beast.
Just for the record, that chick works at a fast food spot that just makes her sexier.
Oh damn! Because you get free jumbo fries, dude. Jumbo fries. Yeah.
I was with this chick that was at a restaurant. And
how's it going? How you doing?
It was dope because we got free food and we got to bang in the Burger King bathroom.
Damn. Burger
All right,
King.
round of applause, everybody.
Yeah.
Round of applause. Burger King bathroom.
How classy! I
Love
like
that. Oh, those are my favorite kinds of
Did you
chips.
Did you wash your hands afterwards, bro?
No.
Hell no, he didn't.
You were a rebel about
But
it.
it was cool because it was closed. It was closing time.
Oh, okay. She didn't have to.
Okay.
She didn't have to pick pubes out of the fries and shit.
No. I mean, come on, dude. I'm a classy guy.
Little curlies out of the curly fries.
The worst was the record store. The record store bathroom was bad.
Oh my god,
That was
That
gross.
was funny.
Oh, that might have been the funniest thing George ever said.
Indubitably.
A two
Little
shot.
curlies out of the curly fries.
Indubitably.
Oh man, George smokes a pipe now.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
trying to get the hang of this
That's
thing.
not code.
Hey,
This takes some skill, man.
What
Hey, smoke my pipe.
Do you have a name for that pipe?
It's called Betsy.
Betsy.
That's
That's
a
a
good
good
name.
name. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
That's a nice pipe. I want
Thanks,
that.
bro.
That's funny.
Can I have it?
You can have it, bro.
Oh
You
fuck.
should call it goat.
Actually, you
I'm
know what?
gonna
I
call
think
it
I
goat.
like cigars more, man. This just takes too much fucking time and skill to fucking
Oh
make that
well,
shit.
you got to get used to it. You have to have
Yeah.
discipline, man.
The little voice doesn't want you to fill that pipe. You need to tell the little voice to shut the fuck up, and I'm gonna do what I want.
You really do need to take your time with it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's a process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming from a
Just like
from
Something to get
experience.
used
No, it's
to.
because I do hookah, and it's such a pain in the ass. But when you set it up and you sit down, then you have a good hookah. You're like, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Right,
That's true.
right.
Anyways,
You know, we recently had a day without a woman, man. What's everybody's thoughts about that?
A day without a woman.
Yeah, it was a form of protest where I think it started on Facebook or went viral or something. Now you can hear me smack my lips on the mic. I sound like Surf Junkie Jeff.
Nah.
I mean, something like that.
Yeah. It was ladies were encouraged on Day Without a Woman to not go to work, and if you were going to work, to wear red to show solidarity
yeah.
with your sisters. Do you guys have any thoughts on Day Without a Woman?
When's the Guy Day, man? When do we have
I
a
don't
day?
know. man.
I'm pretty sure Guy Day has been the entirety of human civilization.
Yeah, that's true.
We've done everything.
Yeah.
We built the bridges. We built the roads. My Chinese brethren built the railroads.
Exactly.
We did it all.
We're kind of lucky that we get Father's Day, if anything. Like,
This is since when the fuck did paying for everything count for nothing in society? How has this become our life?
yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, no, you know, and it's weird because I kind of feel, shockingly, to those who have followed this show at all, those kinds of protests do basically nothing, I think.
How so?
Because the idea is that if they can see the vacuum or the hole that is left when I'm not there, they'll appreciate me more.
Okay.
But I say it's better for do what men have been doing for centuries and do what's better for society, which is put your head down, show up to work every day, keep your job. Fight to keep your job and contribute to society as a whole. Don't show your worth by now taking a day off. It seems
Okay.
weird and counterproductive to me. What do you guys think?
No, you know what? I can see that. At the same time, it's a form of celebration for women, and I applaud them for that too.
Jeez, how much fucking female awareness do we need? God, all I hear is...
Hey, I mean,
my
why
nipples
not?
feel
Why not?
very sensitive right now. What the fuck's
Why
going on?
not? Why not for women? Why not celebrate women? Women are very powerful. They
Jeez, Jay,
they
you're
are.
such a puss.
Oh God,
Christ.
God,
He's not a puss. I checked. man. He's
sexist.
No, I'm just saying it.
hey, now let me ask you this, because I had a friend that recently on Facebook, he was moaning and groaning about all women, how they're whores. Have you had bad experiences with women?
all right. In what way, dude?
All your life?
Haven't we all?
I mean, yeah, but usually more of us, like some of us, like for example, when I learned women can lie and tell you like they love you and they don't, I learned to be like more careful and find ones that really mean it.
Right.
Like you learn from them, like just like anything else. Did you have those kind of experiences?
I've been hurt.
have you?
Oh boy.
Oh,
Pain
Now,
lives on.
Behind those sunglasses,
I know.
he's crying
I start
right
taking
now.
out the
Teardrop.
I let my hair down. I have something to confess.
Alex
I've
took his
been
scrunchie
hurt.
off. He has something to
But
say.
you know what? I mean,
Haven't we all?
well, no.
Suffered
So
pain.
seriously, like, have you been through something serious with a woman that makes you the way that you are, pretty much?
How dare you?
Do relationships with
I'm
mothers
glad
count?
you said it, not me.
I don't think I have a problem with women. I
Okay.
do think. No, look. Here's how I stand with that. The reason why I think ladies today are having a hard time is we've created a society that for some reason is telling women that they should be equal to men in all aspects. In other words, if a man can get up and support a household, you should be able to do the same thing. And
Okay.
there are plenty of women who can do that. Many of them tend to be ball-busting bitches, but that is none of my damn business.
Wearing plaid.
Yeah, right. Driving souped-up Jeeps. But no, my point is, the genders are good at specific things. Guys, good at building shit. Good at numbers, for the most part. Good at everything that it takes to build the superstructure of a society, dams, roads, cars, buildings, and so forth. Men's department. Women belong in the home. Why?
Oh.
No, they do.
Oh.
Why? Because
Listen to-
no,
I know where he's going with
because,
this. Listen to
because
that, yeah.
that's
Okay.
where you need the emotional side. You need that ability to bond, to take care of a child. You need the ability to be, you know, caring and loving or whatever, the things that don't quite come as easily for dudes. Because, you know, listen, historically, what have men done? We've hunted, we've fought wars, we've provided. We've done things where emotions essentially get in the way. Women who are wired for emotion, great. You're wired for emotion. Let's use that to society's benefit. Let's keep you in the home raising the kids. Now, there are plenty of ladies out there who like to get up and get to work every day and provide for their families. Good on you. Love that. But I bet there are plenty of women who are internalizing this message of you can do anything a man can do, and now they're trying to live up to that idea that they've been raised to believe, and they're miserable as shit.
Oh, wow.
And I think a lot of them also secretly want to settle down, get married, have a child. And these are things in the home where their skills do come in handy. Listen, all you feminist pussies, I'll agree with you in one aspect primarily, which is women, there's a lot of talk about how women take on too much. You know what I mean? And I do believe that. I think that it's women's tendency to take on a lot and want to be superwoman and do everything. Fine. Perfect. Do that in the home. Handle your fucking business. I'll go out and earn the money or what have you, just, you know, hypothetically speaking. And we'll have a pretty great life because everyone's going to be using their skills, leveraging their skills to the highest possible benefit of all.
Okay.
Thank you.
What do you think,
public
George?
service
I mean,
announcement.
Honestly,
You know, it's funny because none of this shit would pretty much happen unless social media existed, right? So that's
okay.
where I think all this comes from. But you know,
Yes.
people look at it in a very myopic way, meaning it's a one-sided deal. Man needs woman, woman needs man.
Okay.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
That's
you know,
right.
who laid the fucking egg? You know, like, you know, whether chicken or the egg type of deal.
Right.
Because the reason why the dude fucking builds the buildings and fucking does the math and makes the money because he wants pussy. He wants he wants to have
that's
his wife.
absolutely
She
right.
runs the household. So if wife isn't happy, or what's it? Happy wife, happy life.
Yep.
That's the way it works, man.
No, and that's the thing that nobody seems to want to fess up, which is, look, women want money. And why the fuck shouldn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. And listen, there are some women who gold digging is their thing. I get, you know, I don't like that. Nobody likes that. But that's your life, fine. But you know, try. Okay, it's generally accepted that the funny-looking guy, the chubby guy, can be with the supermodel, so long as he works as executive producer at some, you know, DreamWorks or whatever.
Yeah, that's how it works,
Hear
man.
that, Drake?
Yeah.
No, it's you have to have, or you know, he is, he started an architecture firm, or something like that. Then, or he's an actor, movie star. You know what I mean? Then you're now in league because your value as a guy is through the roof. What gives the lady her value? Her beauty, her youth, and her beauty. Or is it a coincidence that
Her loyalty.
well, Keith Richards is dating a chick in her late 20s, I believe.
Jesus
Richard?
Christ.
Yeah.
That dude's a corpse, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fucking uber old.
Right. but look, I suspect a lot more men would do that if they could, but they can't because they're not ultra famous rock stars.
Right. Exactly.
Right. So,
Lost
Yeah.
your train of thought.
So in other words, there's no real answer to this because we need each other. Everybody needs each other.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
you know, you have the
agree.
roles of the guy could be the fucking exec, right, and the chick can be the exec at home, right? I mean, but there's equally opposite situations as well.
right.
Yeah,
the-
stay-at-home
the chick,
dads
the
and
chick
whatnot.
is maybe a better earner than the dude, and the dude's like really nurturing or whatever at home. You know
And that's
I
what
mean?
I'm saying. I think society's changing right now in regards to the specific gender roles. They're not as specific anymore. It's a blurred line now.
Right, but I think the blurring of the line doesn't really serve anybody. I think society, where we are now, is, if you want to call it society, it's really the media. It's really
Okay.
the things that get put on TV, but what's really liberals. I don't know. I don't know what the
Liberal.
fuck is in it for them, but it's really them. It's not. You don't hear Rush Limbaugh talking about, women. We should all get together and march. But it's
The reason why they push this on the media, dude, is because who's watching TV at home,
oh yes,
right? So who's watching the commercials,
Absolutely correct.
right? So that's how it works.
Who
man.
watches The View? Who watches The Real?
Right? I mean,
Not the 45-year-old exec at DreamWorks.
yeah. So it's media. It's money. It's advertising money, right? They have the commercials for fucking Tide and shit, and
Yeah.
how all this shit, right? And that's where it comes from. So, had you removed entirely the media, right? All the digital media out there, like television, fucking, and gone back to newspaper days, you don't see this shit.
Yeah.
You'll never see this shit happening.
Right, because it's almost like it's a pure version of it. It's a vacuum. It's the society, it's people without this drone box and this Facebook feed telling you what you should or should not believe.
And that's another good point, because if you firmly believe who you are, right? You know where you stand, right? You wouldn't fall for that bullshit.
Right.
You just wouldn't fall for, this guy's, they're doing a parade. I always say parade. Goddamn it, I don't know why. but they're doing this big old fucking event out in yada yada yada.
Parade?
I got to be part of it, right? I'll wear fucking
Does
pink.
that floats?
Yeah, the floats and shit. I don't know,
that
is it
balloons?
protest or no? It's not a protest. Goddamn it! What's
No.
the goddamn?
Right.
Alex brought it up to me the other day.
March?
It's
the
let's see,
march?
I think
Picket? March is good. I like that.
I think they just didn't go to work. They want to show you how good they are at work by not going to work.
Alex and I had a pre-talk a little
Good
while
job,
ago
ladies.
before the show, and we were talking about who shows up at these protests,
Okay.
right? And it's like, and him and I were talking. I was like, "Fuck, dude!" I asked him. I go, "Is it me, or is it just seems like liberal protests are just so much fucking bigger and boisterous than conservative protesting, right? Because I don't think you really, unless the media doesn't give it any attention." So therefore, we don't think it exists.
Well, assuming the media is true to their word and giving you things as they are,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right. You don't see any conservative protests. George, what reason did I give for why that is?
Oh, Alex and his great wisdom. He's like, all conservatives are probably fucking working right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't argue against that. Yeah.
Well, listen.
He's like, what? If we can do the protest after 7 o'clock, I can get back home.
You know
shower.
what? I'm working overtime today. Let's do it on a weekend or something.
I might have some
I have
space.
money to make.
Yeah, that's right. I might have some space 2
I
weeks
have
from
fucking shit to do.
now. I have a family to provide for.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm not some weird college kid who goes to Berkeley and wants to
Has
make
more free time.
right, or wants to make a point by breaking the window at Starbucks.
Ooh.
Which, by the way, doesn't Starbucks support those assholes?
Yeah.
I mean, aren't they openly like with that side? No, I know what it is. It's that Starbucks is corporate, man. Fuck them, bro.
Here's a question to you guys. When
those
there's
guys.
you've heard the mom mentality phrase, right?
Okay.
What happens when people fucking get together? A lot of people, they just go and fucking insane. Right? What the hell happens there?
I think
Chaos in the masses.
Well, I think part of what it is if I'm all by myself and I want to go kick some guy's ass, there's a possibility he might fight back and I'll get a whooping.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? Whereas if I have 6 dudes with me, now the odds are looking a lot better in my favor.
Okay.
Meaning, these are the people who want to turn over the cop car in the middle of your weird anti-Trump whatever. They're the people who secretly want to do that when they're alone, but it'll have horrific consequences for their. It may even result in them getting killed. You know. Whereas now, hey man,
Everybody's doing it.
I'm one of 300.
Yeah.
I got 300 people behind me. There's 2 pigs sitting alone in their cop car. Let's go raise some hell.
And I think that's true. In a group setting, there's a less sense of responsibility or sole responsibility.
Right.
Or is there maybe because we're in some? I'm not saying we. I'm not part of this shit. Right?
Yeah, you are.
I'm like pro cop.
We're all
right? Pro
connected,
cops.
George. We're all
Right.
connected.
But
It's all together, man, like a flow.
oh, I got something so much to say about that afterwards. But the whole point is, when you're in a pack, maybe you want to be the alpha, So you want to lead the fucking chaos, right? Is that a possibility in there?
Yeah, it's such primitive horseshit. God damn. People, go out and do something for society, would ya?
Like
Consider
you
destruction,
just brought up the whole point about going to kick somebody's ass or whatever, right? You probably have more of a tendency of doing it with a pack because you want to show that you're the fucking brave motherfucker, the alpha, right? To show respect, everybody to fucking, to respect your ass, right?
A big part of it too is narcissism. It's okay. It's the same thing you get with people who cover themselves in body paint when they go out to sporting events. Meaning, I haven't done any volunteer work. I haven't given anything to charity. I haven't done anything to help anybody. But hey, man, I was out there walking. Didn't you see me? I was walking. Meaning, I get to get home and feel like I made a difference when all I really did was stop the people who are the pillars of the economy from getting to where they need to go by mobbing up the freeway.
Yeah, I definitely don't agree with that. Like, walking on the freeway, what the fuck is gonna happen after
When now you could be
you are removed?
now you could be number one, you could be hit legally if you try to block a driveway or a roadway. You could be hit legally. I don't think it's here, but somewhere in the country you could be hit legally.
Okay.
Damn.
And number two, if you cause damage or damages in any way, like maybe somebody got hurt physically or health wise or something, then they could come after you liability wise.
Okay.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. No, and it's funny. The first point was you can legally run somebody over. Listen, don't put me in that position. I'm just trying to get to work. Don't make me run over your funny looking dreadlocked ass. I don't want to do that.
I don't want to send you to the
Yeah,
hospital.
for God's sake, just because it's legal
Get out
doesn't
of my
make
way,
it.
please.
This brings up a funny point. This morning when I went to Home Depot, right, in Texas.
You hit a
right? So
Mexican?
I was gonna go to work. Yeah, I was gonna hang out in the corner, bro. That's how I get these biceps, bro. All right.
let me
I'm not
see
even
it.
flexing yet.
Whoa.
But it was funny. I was out on the
Muscle man.
size B. It's a B cup, bro. It's a B cup.
Oh, you
But,
don't even want to know what my cup size
oh
is.
damn. Oh boy. So I was sitting at the light going to make a left turn, and in the intersection there was a couple of what are those guys dressed? Those missionary dudes that
Jehovah's
have
Witnesses?
dressed in white
Whoa.
in white, right? White suits with their cups.
The Mormons.
Are they Mormons?
Yeah, the Latter-day Saints, yeah.
Okay, cool. So
The red ties, right? On the bicycles?
No. These are like almost like
The ones that
these are
hold the
suits,
cans?
literally
They're
suits.
Catholics.
White suits.
They're Catholics.
But you guys have
Catholics?
seen them, right?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I don't think I've seen
Wait,
them
who
before,
are you talking about?
They're like
Yeah.
they're like a Salvation Army, but for like the churches, and they collect money for kids in Africa or something. But it's like a Catholic church.
Yeah,
that's
it's a
there.
Really?
non-profit thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
They wear white suits all the time, and they
Yeah,
have
white
like
suits.
stripes on the wrists.
Yes.
And then they're always like, "Hey, all happy and shit." And you be like, "Hey, fuck you," and they're like, "Oh shit, okay."
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah. So the point was, I was thinking, okay, are they walking through the section because they want to profess Christianity and help your soul, or do they want money with these buckets?
Well,
Right?
yeah.
So
I think
it made me think for a second, like, okay, so what the fuck really runs these people? It's money. Because if they were true to their source, they'd be talking to you about their religion or pumping their text or whatever.
Okay.
But the first thing that goes into you, the first interaction is a bucket. Fill it. Right?
That's right.
What the hell's that all about, man?
Well,
I mean, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't
pretty-
feel right.
It's pretty obvious. I mean,
Yeah.
look, they get their money. They get to feel like heroes. They get to feel like, hey, man, I went above and beyond the call of duty by putting my life in danger. And when really what I'm doing is just impeding people's progress, right?
So are we equating money to God? Is that what we're doing here?
Whoa.
I think
That
it's
was
more
deep,
cause
bro.
driven. I mean,
I just got hit with like I
mean-
feel like I just went into like a wormhole and like came out the other side completely changed, bro.
Wow.
My
That's
mind is
the-
fucking blown, bro.
Dude, in one ear, out the other.
Wow.
No,
Right.
but you know what? I think
God, it sounds like I sound like
Oh damn. Yeah. Oh yeah.
fucking blown.
X-Files.
I
no,
love that
it's
fucking
funny.
show.
I sound
Pretty good show,
it's
man.
the greatest.
Yeah.
I sound like the guest that we had not too long ago.
Which one?
Oh God, Sal and J Rod.
Oh yeah, okay.
Come on, man.
His name is J-Rock.
Give him his respect. Come on, a little bit.
No, oh, are you kidding me?
Hey, but speaking of volunteering, since you guys are so heartfelt, I'm gonna go donate blood at Children's Hospital this Saturday. Any of you guys want to join me?
Oh.
Don't do it high, bro.
It's okay. I asked them. It's cool.
Bro, do you want the man to have your DNA?
So
They're gonna put it in a computer, dude.
Dude,
So you don't wanna
you're
go donate?
totally gonna get chipped,
They're gonna
bro.
put it in a file and like it's going in a big warehouse, bro.
So Alex doesn't want to donate blood to the kids. Then is that what he's saying?
Dude, do you want the man to come pick me up at my house and take away?
All right.
They're not giving the blood
They're-
to kids,
they're
bro.
They're gonna see I'm home through my Samsung TV,
Actually,
and they're gonna strike, dude.
All right.
No, that actually sounds
Back to you.
interesting, man. No, I would be down.
I was just
but-
thinking, whoever the patient is gonna be like, I want some of that blood.
Yeah.
I want some more of that
Man,
stuff.
if they get Dre's blood, that kid's gonna be high as fuck.
He's like, fuck, dude, this is awesome.
I'm dying, so we get 3. Fuck it, I'm dying.
He becomes addicted to receiving blood. Like, he becomes a fiend for blood. He just shows up every week.
He's a vampire.
When you guys opening up, man?
Come on,
Let me
man.
in.
I just want to
Come on,
donate
bro.
a little. I just want to donate a little, man. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. I'll suck your dick.
Damn, that sounds so natural. I don't know. Trippy, man.
Sorry.
No, it's cool.
Boy, that went off the wrong end.
Oh, the best.
Nah.
Yeah.
Condoms?
Raw dog.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That one came at the ready.
So, guys, what else is new for you all?
It's funny. Man, George, you've been raving about these because we do got to get into some paranormal shit at
All
some
right.
point. in this
Sure.
show,
I'm
right?
gonna start into a roughly a paranormal.
Raving
thing.
about
Okay.
the you are not what's happened. You are living the dream life for me, which is. I talked just last week about how it's difficult for me to get rest. I can't fall asleep, man. Oh, God. And by the way, who the fuck are these guys driving around the area we live with these loud-ass exhausts and these insane engines?
It's
Sound-
look at me driving.
Oh, who the fuck do you
What?
guys think you're
Are you serious?
impressing?
No,
Give
I
me
mean, that
a
happens.
goddamn break, would you please? It's some 17-year-old little shithead. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. He's not even going anywhere, just sitting in his driveway. What the fuck are you doing, you idiot? Oh no, I actually, you wait, I know what he wants, and I'm sure it works. I'm sure as soon as some 16-year-old girl hears that panties slide off, it's so wet they can't even stay up. Oh God, get a fucking life, you little shits, and let me sleep. Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, wait until the dude's 30s and 40s. He'll be like, "Fuck, I used to do
Dude,
that
I think
shit. That was
that's-
stupid."
That's still
Oh my
happening right
God.
now. Like with dudes that were like doing that shit back in the 90s with their fucking RX-7s or whatever the fuck they have. Now they're, in their 40s or whatever, and they're still fucking doing that shit. I'm pretty fucking sure.
God, no.
Fuck those guys.
Oh my God.
So you're saying that chronologically wisdom or maturity is not on par, right?
Not for some people.
Yeah.
no.
So
I 100% believe that, and the older I get, ironically, the more that shows itself to be true. I seriously, I was one of these guys. I grew up respecting my elders just as a default. It's just as that person's older, they must know more. And the older I get, the more I hear older people say the dumbest shit. And I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Giving you guys immediate respect. Some of you don't know anything. Now, granted, if you can make it to 70, look, you're going to learn some stuff. You're going to have some wisdom. But look, there are plenty of people in their 40s, 50s, certainly 30s. God, I can't believe I used to think when I was like 21, I swore up and down people in their 30s like were older and wiser. They knew stuff, man. They've been around. And now that I'm in my 30s, I look around me and I think nobody knows what the fuck they're doing.
here's a funny question: Do you guys still feel the same? Like say for example, you take a snapshot of where you were at 5 years old, right?
Okay.
The personality that you were, right? Do you feel any different now that you're 30s, 40s, or whatever? Do you feel like, because I still feel like I'm that little kid back when I was like 5 years old. I
think that's the age your uncle molested you, so you just
so
stayed
I
at.
stayed at that age.
Yeah,
Wow,
Arrested
crazy.
Development.
Uncle Tommy,
but
why
that
do you touch me there?
oh wow.
Can we make that into a drop?
He's like, I'm on it. It's already on there.
No. Do I feel 5?
No, not
No.
that you feel 5, but you still that inner voice, that your
Inner child.
the inner mind. I don't say mind chat, but that inner voice. It's still the same voice for me. Like I remember that same voice when I was a kid.
That's because you're all sensitive.
Oh.
and
Yeah,
deep
I
and
know, bro.
crap.
I'm sensitive out there.
I'm-
Wait,
guys.
so because when I'm thinking and I hear a voice in my head, not that I hear voices in my head all the time, but when I do
hear
hear
voices
that
in my
when I do hear that voice, it's usually my voice.
Mhm.
The way I sound now. When I was a little kid, I heard it a little kid, because
like the Wonder Years.
yeah,
that little voice.
yeah, exactly.
What the fuck? So wait, your
Why
voice,
would
your
you
inner
do
voice.
Sing out of tune.
He's having a moment, dude. Let him have his moment.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
might have to stand up and walk out on him.
Lighters a flame right now.
So wait, your inner voice grew up along with you?
Yeah, yeah,
The fuck?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I didn't hear a fucking adult speaking to me when I was a little kid. In my head, I heard my voice
God, I need
as a little kid, and now I hear my voice right now.
I know
like-
what you're talking about. No,
Yeah.
that inner voice. It's the same inner voice that I had when I was a kid. That the early
Really?
stage, yeah.
Whoa.
It's the same
hell?
inner voice. It's the same one that had a conflict with, which was the one that said, "Don't get up," right? Not that voice, but the other one said, "This is good for you. Get up." This is, that's the voice that I'm talking about. That's my center core voice.
Oh,
I've
wow.
had that same one since I was a kid. I
And
remember.
it's always like what, the voice of
It's
an
always
adult?
It's the voice of like wisdom. I don't know what the
No,
fuck.
but
Because no other voice could
Well,
exist
and he
inside
smokes-
the
and he
old
smokes-
soul
and
that
he-
is George.
and he smokes a pipe too, by the
Right?
way.
That's
No
right.
No other voice
He
could-
is
it-
an old
it
soul.
must be the voice
Is it
of
an old
wisdom.
man, George?
Yeah.
Is it an old man?
It's the old man.
It's
in
the wise
voice.
old man.
This is fucking good for you, George. Get up. Come on, goddammit.
Oh, that's pretty good.
You little
No,
son
that's
of a
not him.
bitch.
And make your cock hard.
But
it. I'm doing it.
but inner voice, I don't want to get up.
But I don't want to get up, Daddy.
Stop being a pussy, you little bitch.
Now you sound like my
But
real
Daddy,
dad.
it's cold out there.
You sound like Daddy on Tuesdays when he gets home from the bar.
God.
You mean his work? Coming home from work.
You want to get into like classic Jag stuff?
You got
Let's-
something to say?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
I do.
Mhm.
I was.
Oh wait, hold on. George never got to
Oh
finish
yeah,
his sleep
George.
story.
So what
I'm pretty
paranormal
sure this
story-
was supposed to be
Oh,
about.
here's something really simple. I'm sure everybody experienced out in the internet world out there.
It
like-
has to do with me not being able to sleep and how your life is better, right?
Well, no, not necessarily, but it does have to do with Alex and being really happy.
You dreamed about Alex.
Oh, yeah.
huh?
No. It was funny because
We'd all be so lucky.
later on, when we're texting back and forth, all of us were group chatting about the time coming to the show, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I chatted out to Alex. I go, dude, you need to write. When we were
Oh yeah.
mutually chatting.
Let's get to it, buddy.
And so hours after, I'm like, fuck, Alex never got back to me, right? So I looked at my phone to see if I had a response from, if we wanted to write or whatever,
Right.
right? And so I go, fuck, that's weird. I thought I would have a text by now. So I put the shit away. I put my phone away. And then later on, like maybe a minute later, I hear a ding. I looked at my phone and he texts me and he goes, yeah, I need a ride. So this is where I was getting at. Was the point was like,
Finally.
it's funny when, yeah, I know, fine. Dude, I got to set it up. So I was thinking to myself, I'm like, fuck, when I had the hunch to pick up the phone, he was texting me at that particular moment, but hadn't finished.
So you think that you guys had like some sort of fucking connection at that time?
And I think people do have that type of connection, man.
What do you think, Alex? You
So
think?
the timing was there for sure.
I guess.
I mean, you can't prove anything.
I don't.
Oh, yeah,
I
obviously
was
you can't.
I was kind of hoping you'd get into binaural beats with that setup I gave you, but
Yeah.
sure.
But no, I like that one, the other one.
Well,
So-
I'm not really sure. Where do I go with that, George? Where the fuck am I supposed to take this? Yes, we
That
have
we're-
a connection. What do
that
you
we're
want?
soulmates, all right? God damn it. Is this love
God
that I'm
almighty.
feeling?
All right,
But-
so this has become a crime
All
scene.
right, all right.
George,
So,
how about listen?
Yeah.
Let me be a little on the nose here, since George
Okay.
has absolutely zero familiarity with what a radio's supposed to sound like. George, I've heard you've been listening to binaural beats. Please talk to us about that experience.
What's that, Alex? So, binaural beats, right? Is kind of, the other day, my kiddo, he's been out for a whole week at home because he's been, had a cold and shit. So I can't get any sleep, right?
Okay.
And like, so I tried to take a nap, and he's yelling,
A good,
crashing
a
his cars and
solid
shit.
10 minutes after I went on my sleep diatribe to set this up,
Yeah.
I can't get any sleep.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
So, you know,
Thank-
kid
oh,
yelling,
fuck's
right?
sake.
Right. So I'm like, I have to find a solution. So I looked up binaural beats, right?
Okay.
Like something to soothe your mind as you're. I mean, anything to stuff in my ears to not hear sound.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I put these on, and apparently, what binaural beats are they're two different frequencies that run in your left and your right channel, right?
Okay.
You know, your headphones. You have to have stereo headphones to benefit from this.
Right.
So they're off by 10 megahertz, right?
Okay.
Or 10 hertz or whatever the hell they call it, and or whatever, fucking 10. It's a division of 10.
Right.
So there's these two frequencies that go into left and right ear, but you can only unify them through when you're hearing them at the same time. So there's this underlying rhythm that's created through the separate channels, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you start off at a at the beta or what do they call it? I don't know, the high fucking frequency. I don't know the
It's
level.
beta
of it.
waves, yeah.
Beta
Thank you.
waves.
Beta waves, and it's a high frequency, very, very quick, very high tone.
Uh-huh.
And then you take yourself down as to the theta waves, which is kind of like the sleep, your deep
Right.
sleep level.
In
REM
other words,
sleep.
one's brain emits different waveforms depending.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Just for future reference, when someone sneezes, let's pretend it never happened and just kind of power through.
But bless you.
It's when your brain emits different frequencies, measurable waveforms,
Okay.
depending on your state of consciousness.
Okay.
So when you're awake, fully awake, like we are now, we're emitting beta waves.
Yeah.
I don't know the specific hertz or anything like that.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
when you're near sleep, you emit alpha waves. When you're in deep sleep, you emit theta waves. And there are other frequencies dispersed in all of
It's a
those.
large spectrum, but
Right.
what I found was I tried this, right? So I was just fed up, and I just jammed them in my ear, and I had this app on my phone which gives you the full spectrum, all the way from, I think it's up to theta, I think is like 5 hertz or 5 mega. I'm
Doesn't
not,
matter, buddy.
Yeah, whatever it is. So it's this really high tone to a super low, like pulsing tone, right?
Okay.
And so I took myself from the high to alertness to I would synchronize as I would feel seemed right. So
Okay.
I would take myself down this scale all the way to the bottom. So I got into the bottom scale, and I was just chilling with this thing like blasted on my headphones, and I had this thing going on. I didn't think I was sleeping, but when my wife woke me, and apparently I was out for like 2 or 3 hours, which I thought were like minutes.
Whoa.
Yeah, I thought were just like literally minutes. I felt fully conscious asleep, but I was gone for hours.
Whoa.
Right?
That's pretty cool.
So as I
What-
woke up, right, she woke me up because it was time to go to work.
Uh-huh.
So as a conservative, so
right.
I got up to go to work. I'm at the theta level. Right? I was jarred out of my sleep, and I was fucking out, dude. I was like, I can't fucking even walk.
Whoa.
Right, I'm like
Okay.
out. So then I'm
Jeez.
like, what the hell do I do? I guess I'll reverse the scale as I, from the lower to the higher.
To the
end.
higher, yeah.
So I took like 5 minutes to take myself through the scales all the way up.
Uh-huh.
And when I got back to the higher, the beta waves, I was a super alert. I felt like I had a shot of like quad
Fucking
caffeine
espresso.
espressos. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get to work.
Jesus.
I get to work and I was talking to Trini, and he's like,
That's
"What?"
Trini Lomelli, who fans of the show will recognize. He's been on the show before.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a bit of a burden here. Look out for Trini Lomelli and George Antonio on Good Geeks podcast coming your
Good
way
Geeks.
soon.
Yeah.
We're gonna be coming with you with all kinds of gadgets.
Oh, hell yeah.
But you guys
come
are
with me
talking
with
at
it.
work.
Yeah, so we're talking. He's like, "What the hell? What did you just do, man? Did you go to Starbucks, have a big old cup of coffee?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like,
No, I think
I'm
I
talking
was
like a mile a
there,
minute.
and I think he asked if you had done lines or something like that.
Did
He
you
was
do
like-
lines,
he's like,
George?
no, I did not.
Come on,
I had half a
George.
banana on the way back. But this is what I'm getting
Does
to.
banana mean
I-
cocaine,
I
George?
felt banana cocaine. Yeah, it's this new hip drug. The kids
That's
are
actually a
using.
pretty good name, banana cocaine.
But the funny part
It's
was
like a
is that
male porn star's name.
he's from Ecuador. All right, whatever. But the point what I'm trying to make is I felt super rested. I haven't felt this rested for months and months and months. You know how you always have like this. You feel like you're deprived of rest, right?
Yeah.
Dude, after this this test,
That's
right?
my whole life.
After this test, I felt like I had this inner rest. I was satisfied, man.
And just because of
you know
the waves that you.
Jesus
I don't know.
Christ,
So I
dude.
was doing a little research on it, just a little bit of research.
Uh-huh.
And what it does is it gets to the point where between these two frequencies that are vibrating through each ear, they're saying that it's not just the ears that vibrate. It'll get to the point where your brain literally resonates. Both of your hemispheres resonate.
Whoa.
And that's
Okay.
where you get into these states, right? And that was, I guess that's probably why I couldn't wake up unless I took myself maybe
back up
somehow.
Oh wow.
But I'm hooked on
That's
this shit,
dude.
I'm hooked
I'm
on this
interested.
shit.
What is the name of the app that you use?
I'm selling an app.
It was called
It's
Crack.
It's called Crack on the iPhone. Yeah, it's just binaural. Just look at binaural. It's a big industry, man. So
Okay.
you'll find binaural on any phone, iPhone,
Okay.
Android phone, whatever.
I also understand that you had fascinating dream experiences during this.
Oh yeah, he just wants to hear his name.
Oh,
I had this
Sexual
occurrence with
in nature,
with
right?
Alex on. So as I was napping, I was laughing in my sleep. At least I felt I was laughing. And I was playing the
That
drums
sounds
and
cool.
singing, and at the same time, check it
Laughing.
as I was fucking, I'm like living it up, man. I'm just playing the drums and like fucking singing. I'm fucking living. I'm like in the
Yeah.
back of my mind, in the dream, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm the guy playing the drums.
Uh-huh.
Fucking Alex, he's always telling me I should be a musician. God damn him. You know? And it was like, you can't be right. You can't be right. You know, as I'm laughing and having fun playing the drums.
Oh,
shit.
but I
He-
am. And eventually everyone will understand this, and I will have been dead 40 or 50 years.
Maybe like 500.
Right, you're right. And it's on my tombstone. It'll say, "I'm gone. Good luck, assholes." And on that happy note, thank you all so much for joining us on the JAG Radio Show. JD, where can they find us?
They can find us on Facebook /JAG Radio and at Twitter @JAG Radio 1,
And-
as well as the Super Audio Network YouTube channel.
And you can find us at jagradio.com. And that's where we have all our postings. And I want to give out props to Mr. Engineer Dre for having us.
Dre Day All Day on the network. Thank you guys all for joining us again for Engineer Dre Day All Day, George Antonio, and JD Marcel. I'm Alex Martinelli, reminding all of you to never stop learning.